So now that we've finished going over thumb war, we're going to go over Preheat now, which was the first track on my Pizza Party EP. So we're going to go to that now. So I'm going to go over this quickly, then we'll play it, and then we'll do some analysis. So we have the intro, which, as you've seen, for all these examples, have been 8 bars. And then we have a lead melody. We have a build-up. Then we have drop 1A, mid-drop build-up, drop 1B. The post-drop / intro, which is a common theme here. Lead melody, build up, drop 2A, mid drop build up again, and then drop 2B, and then we're done. So this one's a little bit shorter than Thumb War. I'd say this is more similar to Thumb War than to Change Up, but the whole point of this is to give you plenty of ideas of what you want your structure of your track to be. All right, so I'm going to play this, then we'll go over it.
Bake it. Turn the heat up. Preheat. My time. Turn the heat up. Fire. Toasty. Turn the heat up. Preheat. Warm up.
All right, so let's go over this now. So a couple quick things. The intro, if you notice, is more melodic than the last one. Change Up was more melodic as well, and what I mean is like there's actually like a melody that you can sing and or hum or whatever. whereas Thumb War was kind of more rhythmic focused. So the intro, it filters in that melody that we have here. And then we have a heavier synth on top with playing the melody, and then I have chords underneath with like a heavier bass. And then the build-up is completely different. Well, not completely different, but there's the vocal. That vocal, that's actually me. I totally changed my voice for this track. And for this build-up, we just have that clap. We don't have like the kick yet until right there. And a lot of the build-ups that you might see will have risers where the pitch typically goes up. Here I have some risers, but I have the main stuff actually going down, which was new for me in this track. But it's one of many methods you can do to have a successful build-up. And then this one we have our two parts of the first drop A and drop B. And notice I have this 2-bar introduction to the drop right here.
Bake it.
So that is common, and I have that squealy synth, and then everything else comes in. And then halfway through, I have the same thing, but I actually have drums underneath. And the bass underneath. And then when this drop ends, we have this mid-drop build, which is very similar to the actual build. And then drop 1B does not have that 2-bar introduction. It just goes right to the second part of the drop, which is slightly different than the first part. That background screeching noise is different, and the rhythm is a little different, and so on. Anyway, when you finish that drop, it's almost exactly the same as the intro to bring us back into that melodic theme that we have. Then we have our lead melody, which is the same exact thing, I think. And then this build up is almost the exact same. I might have changed some words up. Now for drop 2A, we have not a 2-bar introduction, we have a 4-bar introduction. And sometimes producers will have this 4-bar introduction and then have the drop be the same 4-phrase length, so that's 4 8-bar chunks. But I included this as one of my 8-bar chunks. I like to keep my entire tracks in 8-bar structures, and part of that is for my DJing. It makes DJing much easier in terms of looping and organizing your tracks, but it's totally fine if you wanted to have a 4-bar section like this and then have a full drop that is that 32 bars, which is the same thing as 4 8-bar sections. Anyway, so I have this thing right here.
Toasty.
And then I have, that's one part of the first drop, and then halfway through we have that same thing. And I think the rest of that is pretty similar to the first part of the drop, so drop 1A. Then this mid-drop buildup is the exact same. And then drop 2B is very, very, very similar to drop 1B. And then the track just ends. So there's no outro on this one. And if you noticed, for Thumb War and for this track, Preheat, I do not have any sort of outro. And part of that is because I'm using extra time in this track for these mid-drop buildups, whereas Thumb War's drop was just 4 phrases in a row, so 4 8-bar phrases in a row. So it took less time. So I did have some more time because I wanted to have that outro, but it doesn't matter either way. So anyway, now we've gone over our 3 tracks. Let's start producing some dubstep.